First of all, I particularly greet my beloved YAHOSHUAH, and I greet as well my beloved Father YAHVAH. Glory be to my beloved Father YAHVAH, and glory be to my beloved YAHOSHUAH as well. We are now at this moment that you can listen to the teaching together. It's the teaching number 5. I don't know if it's 5 or 6. What is the teaching number? 6. Okay, it's 6. Teaching number 6. That is the teaching today. Is it clear, the communication? Is it clear, the words, my voice? Today we are going to talk about the situation that is happening around the world. Is it cut? Or is it clear? The relation between all nations, between American and Russians, in the end of that situation as well. And today we are going to see who is the great Babylon. I have told you last week, and people say that we don't understand. Yeah, you didn't understand, but listen to my words, and I'm going to explain that. What is the meaning of that words? First of all, about that Babylon that I'm going to talk. That Babylon, that is a nation that was called by beloved Father YAHVAH to destroy Israel because of their foolishness. And that was called Nebuchadnezzar. And that YAHVAH called him my servant. That's what he said. Here is my Nebuchadnezzar, my servant. Even that Nebuchadnezzar is a Babylonian. They follow pagans. He had a gate average 40 meters with that statue that they built. And that Nebuchadnezzar, that is a devil. He had a gate with him. And even that YAHVAH called him that he's my servant. And he attacked Israel. That is the first meaning of Babylon, if you don't know. Is it clear? Answer together if it's clear or it's not. Okay, let's continue. That Babylon, that was the king Nebuchadnezzar. He attacked Israel. So it's an abomination, a nation that is really abominable. The kings that YAHOSHUAH really hates. So if you are classified as Babylon, either the nation is really abominable or the people are abominable, or the king. But that means that YAHVAH doesn't really like them if the nation is classified as a Babylon. So who is the Babylon? Because that Babylon is seen in the book of Revelation. Who is that Babylon? What is the end of his direction? And what will happen? And who is that Babylon at the moment? Because before the Babylon, they attacked Israel in the era of Nebuchadnezzar, average in minus 590, minus 590 average at that time. Is it clear? So you write that firstly, that Babylon, that is the kingdom Babylon before. So at the moment we are speaking, they're Iran and Iraq. Before it becomes Iran and Iraqian, but before it was Iran and Iraq, that is the Babylonian. Because Median and Persian, that is Iran and Iraq. Med is Iraq and Pers is Iranian, because that was confused. At that time it was confused, and it becomes Median and Persian. And later it becomes Iran and Iraq. But it's like that before. That at the moment, who is this great Babylon? Let's read Revelation chapter 17. Revelation chapter 17. Let's begin with the verse 1. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. One of the seven angels who had the seven bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits by many waters." Is it clear? Therefore, this prostitute woman, he sits by many waters. That is the prostitute woman. With her, the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries. Then the angels carried me away in the spirit into a wilderness. There I saw women sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names, and had 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet, and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearl. She held a gold cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and the filth of her adulteries. The name written on her forehead was a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and of the abominations of the earth. I saw that woman was drunk with the blood of the gods, holy people, the blood of those who bore testimony of YAHOSHUAH. When I saw her, I was greatly astonished. Then the angel said to me, "Why are you astonished? I will explain to you the mystery of the woman and the beast she rides, which was the 7 heads, which has the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast which you saw once was, now is not, and yet will come up out of the abyss and go to its destructions. The inhabitants of the earth, whose names haven't been written in the books of life from the creation of the world, will be astonished when they see the beast, because it once was, now it is not, and yet it will come." They are 7 kings. This calls for the mind with wisdom, the 7 heads or the 7 hills on which the woman sits. There are also the 7 kings. 5 have fallen, 1 is, the other has not yet come. That when he does come, he must remain for only a little while. The beast who once was and now is not. In an 8th king, he belongs to the 7 and is going to his destruction. Then the 10 horns you saw are the kings who have not yet received the kingdom, that who for 1 hour will receive authority as a king along with the beast. They have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. They will wage war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will triumph over them, because he is the Lord of the lords and the King of the kings, and with him will be his called, chosen and faithful followers. So he will live within all nations with different languages. Where the prostitute sits are people, multitudes, nations, and languages. The beast and the 10 horns you saw will hate the prostitute. For God has put it into their hearts to accomplish his purpose by agreeing to hand over to the beast the royal authority until God's words are fulfilled. The woman you saw is the great city that rules over the kings of the earth. This woman is a great city. This is where we going to talk. Who is this great city? That she is a great city that rules over the kings of the earth. And that's why the others are thinking about that is Vatican. That we can see that Vatican doesn't rule over the kings of the earth. That's why the other says that Pope is the beast. Vatican does not rule over the kings of the earth. No one fears him. Yeah, the others, they don't fear him. Chinese and Indian, they don't fear Vatican. But this woman, this world fears him. So who is the great city that rules over the kings of the earth? So that is the question that I ask you, if you know the answer, for those who are really listening well. And let's continue reading but that one is finished, because I read all words. And after you will really understand what I meant, because I give you all words. Revelation chapter 14 verse 8. Revelation chapter 14 verse 8. Wait for a moment. Just wait for a second. Okay. Let's read again in your Bible. Revelation chapter 14 verse 8. Revelation chapter 14 verse 8. A second angel followed and said, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, which made all the nations drink the maddening wine of her adulteries. So this Babylon, he really prostitutes. The maddening he does. So the nation, he commits prostitution. He makes people doing wrongdoings. He teaches people to commit wrongdoings. We are talking about that. And it's fallen, according to the words of God. And according to Revelation chapter 16 verse 19. Revelation chapter 16 verse 16 till 19. Revelation chapter 16 from verse 16 to 19. Then they gathered the kings together to the place that in Hebrew is called in verse 19. The great city split into 3 parts, and the cities of the nation collapsed. God remembered Babylon the Great and gave her the cup filled with the wine of the fury of his wrath. It's really split it into 3 parts according to the words. It's really the danger that is happening to this Babylon the Great, and he is riding on the beast. And at the end, the beast make him fallen. And who is this history? Who is the real character behind this Babylon? That Babylon the Great is the mother of the prostitution. That is in Revelation chapter 17. And let's read Revelation chapter 18, verse 2. With a mighty voice he shouted, Fallen, fallen is the Babylon the Great. She has become a dwelling for demons and a haunt for every impure spirit. And a haunt for every unclean bird, a haunt for every unclean and detestable animal, for all the nation have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. The kings of the earth committed adultery with her, and the merchant of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries. So that is a place that all merchant, trade, exchange, you can find in this place, and the excessive luxuries are traded in this place. Then I heard another voice from heaven say, Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive any of her plagues. For her sins are piled up to heaven, and God has remembered her crimes. Give back to her as she has given up. Pay her back double for what she has done. Put her a double portion from her own cup. That is the verse 6. Put her a double portion from her own cup. Give her as much torment and grief as the glory and luxury she gave herself. In her heart she boasts, I sit in front as queen, I am not a widow. I will never mourn. This is the woman adulterer. He is a business woman. Really the danger. She has a great city. In the verse 8, therefore in one day her plagues will overtake her, death, mourning, and famine. She will be consumed by fire, for mighty is the Lord God will judge her. When the kings of the earth will commit adultery with her and share her luxury, see the smoke of her burning. They will weep and mourn over her. Can you hear me? Terrified at her tournament, they will stand far off and cry, "Oh, oh to you great city, you mighty city of Babylon, in 1 hour your doom has come." The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her because no one buys their cargoes anymore. Cargoes of gold, silver, precious stones, and pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, and scarlet cloths, every sort of citron, wood, and articles of every kind made of every costly wood, bronze, iron, and marble. Cargoes of cinnamon and spice, of incense, myrrh, and frankincense, of wine and olive oil, of fine flour and wheat, cattle and sheep, horses and carriages, and human beings sold as slaves. Even they sell human beings as well. They will say, the fruit of you longed for is gone from you. All your luxury and splendor have vanished, never to be recovered. The merchant who sold these things and gained their wealth from there will stand far off, terrified at her torment. They will weep and mourn and cry, "Oh, oh, you great city, dressed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, and the glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls." This city is at the edge of water at the sea. In 1 hour, such a great wealth has been brought to ruin every sea captain and all who travel by ship, the sailors, and all who earn their living from the sea will stand far off. When they see the smoke of her burning, they will exclaim, "Was there ever a city like this great city?" They will throw dust on their heads, and with weeping the mourning cry out, "Oh, oh to you great city, where all who had ships and on the sea became rich through her wealth. In 1 hour she had been brought to ruin." Rejoice over her, you heavens, rejoice. You people of God, rejoice. Apostles of the prophets, for God has judged her with the judgment she imposed on you. Verse 21. Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of the larger milestone and threw it into the sea and said, with such violence the great city of Babylon will be thrown down, never to be found again. The music of harpists and musicians, pipers and trumpeters will never be heard in you again. No worker of any trade will ever be found in you again. The sound of a milestone will never be heard in you again. The light of lamp will never shine in you again. The voice of the bridegroom and bride will never be heard in you again. Your merchant were the world important people. By your magic spell, all nations were led astray. In her was found the blood of prophets and of God's holy people and all who have been slaughtered on the earth. I give you all of those words. So I give you a question. Who is the Babylon the Great? I have told you. Who is that? Have you thought about that? Okay. And the others say that Babylon, they say it's their nation, but that Babylon is the answer I give you. That is the prostitute woman that rule over the kings of the earth, that he rules over this world. That is the American. That you really know? The Americans, they rule over the earth until now. Even she rides on Russia. You will never defeat Russia. But until now, she is riding Russia. She is on Russia. That's why Russia follows his program. He can't defeat Russia, but Russia follows his words. That is the words of that YAHVAH, that the woman, prostitute woman, riding on the beast. But the great city, what is that great city that will be split into three parts? That is the city of American. And what is so wonderful with that? Because it's a punishment for him, because he commit adultery with all kings of the planet Earth. So that's why the American is really powerful worldwide, because he commit adultery with all kings around the world. And that place is Times Square, and that is seen by many waters. That is Manhattan. That is in Newark. That is talked here. That will be destroyed completely, and there will be smoke will rise up. Babylon is destroyed. Even the people around that sea, they weep, they cry out, because Newark, that Manhattan, that is called as well Times Square, the famous place around the world. That place contains the luxuries, trade and exchange, because that place where you can find our billionaire, that is the place of the rich people. That is so dangerous. I gave it the answer. So I will explain. It's a woman, and why is it called a nation, a city? Even woman, it refers the church. It's the apostle who said yeah, it's woman refers the churches. That's right. But in the Holy Scripture, we can see as well the woman can refer to a city or a nation as well. We can see that in Revelation chapter 12. The woman is the Israel nation. Let's read it. Let's read it. This is an example. The woman is the Israel nation here. If we read the Revelation chapter 12, Revelation chapter 12 verse 17. Revelation chapter 12 verse 17. Then the dragon was enraged at the women and went off to wage war against the rest of her offspring, those who keep God's commands and hold fast their testimony about YAHOSHUAH. It's about Israel that is talking here. It's Israel and their children that is talked as women here. It's about Israel. So the woman is here. It refers nation Israel. It's like children of Israel. So it depends on how YAHOSHUAH wants to show it. But here it refers a nation that, in the other hand, it can refer a church as well. You can see that in Ephesians chapter 5, verse, where is it? Ephesians chapter 5 verse 23 and 24. For the husband is the head of the wife, as YAHOSHUAH is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. So the husband is the head of the wife, but YAHOSHUAH is the head of the church. So the husband, he refers YAHOSHUAH and the family, for example, that the wife refers the church as well. So here the woman can refer a church as well. So the woman has double references, church and nation. Before, because both exist, the woman refers the church, and the woman refers a nation at this end. And we can see at this end, the woman becomes a nation. Mainly in the book of Revelation chapter 17, what we have been reading in the Revelation chapter 17 verse 18. The woman itself is the great city that rules over the kings of the earth. So it's a nation. It's a great city. Great city is inside the nation. But it's a great city. Included the city of the America. That's a great city. And he is sitting by many waters, including Times Square, because he is at the edge of the sea. And there is the sea if you want to enter that city. So I'm telling you, talking about New York City, Manhattan, the famous place in this world where you can find the prostitute women, where all exchange and trade goods around the world, where you can find that. That is the Washington DC, but that place is so great. Let me explain it well. There are two parts of the explanation, before and after. First of all, draw a picture of the beast that has 7 heads. One beast that has 7 heads. And add a woman that is riding the beast. And add 10 horns on the beast. So for those who don't bring your notebooks, you can't follow it. I have told you always bring the notebooks. I have told you always bring the notebooks, but you need it. But if you are not interested in that, you don't need to go to the church as well. I have told you, you need to teaching. You need to teaching. Okay, let's continue. So draw that picture, and I am waiting for you. Draw one beast. Add 7 heads on him. And after, add 10 horns on him. That is enough. And you add a woman riding him. Add one woman, she's riding the beast. So draw it. Is it done? Is it done? Those who have finished, raise your hand. Those who haven't finished yet, raise your hand. So, have you done? All of you? Okay. Answer. Have you done? Okay. I will tell you one by one. What are those heads? The beast has 7 heads. Let me explain from the head. Is it clear? The first head that you draw, that is the kingdom Assyrian. In the age of minus 720. That was before the age of 0, before YAHOSHUAH was born. That minus 720, that is the first head. The first head is the kingdom Syrian. And the second head is the kingdom Babylonian. In the the age minus 790. And the third head is the kingdom Median. It was not, there is no accurate year for that, because it was confused with Median Persian, but it was mixed. Median is Iraqi, but Persian is Iranian at the moment. But they were exist, both of them were there. They rent in Israel. And after Median, there was Persian. So after Babylonian is the kingdom of Median. They attacked Israel. They really ruled. And after that, it was the kingdom of Persian. They enslaved Israelian as well. And then the head number 5 is the kingdom of Greek. Take it well, but you really need them. It was in minus 335. In the kingdom of Greek, it was led by Alexander the Great. They ruled in Israel at that time, but those beasts, they have attacked Israelian. That's what it means. The hate attacked there, because they are in the one beast, one picture of beast, and there are beasts that they have been there, but the last one will go there. That is the picture. They have attacked Israelian, Babylon, Median, Persian, and the fifth is the Greek. It was in minus 335 with the king Alexander the Great. It was in minus 335. So the first is Assyrian, second is Babylonian, the third is Median, the fourth is Persian, the fifth is Greek, and the sixth, that is the sixth head. He's still reigning at that time. He was still there. And it was the kingdom of Raman. Because at that time it was the kingdom of Raman in the era of the Apostle John or Yohanan. That is it. He was there at that moment. The kingdom of Raman at that time. Can you follow me? So let me continue. Will I continue? And the number 7. he really suffered all of the Jewishes, that is Germany, the kingdom of Germany, after Roman. That is the seventh kingdom. So the seventh hate is the kingdom of Germany. Before it was in the Middle East, next to Israel, and after it was changed in the European country, but the body of the beast, that is called Russia. The body of the beast is Russia, because Russia is the last beast that will attack Israel at the end. But the beast, they have been to Israel, they have been there. Out of those 7 hates, they have suffered Israelis, and they really suffered Israelis around the world. But the beast is the number 8. That's what I have told you. This last beast is called Russia. He is the beast. And the one who is riding him, before I have taught you, there are many religions before, many religions that govern all churches of those hates, Assyrian, Babylonian, Median, Persian. Those are the religions of Arabs or Muslims, the pagans of Arabs, the fake false god of Philippines, Assyrian. They have the same cat as before that. After they changed the style, the Iranian or Roman, they changed it into Catholic, and it becomes stronger and famous at the moment. And Arabs changed their style as well, and they become Muslims. Arabs become Muslims. Like Romans, they changed their style to be Romans Catholic, and the others, they changed as well into Muslims. But they tried to create cats. That's what I have told you. 2 big churches, religions that will be on this planet Earth: Muslims and Roman Catholic, those who use the Bible and the words of that YAHVAH. But their enemy is the Holy Kingdom that preaches YAHOSHUAH, that is led by Elia. Those 3 religions use the Bible. That we are entering in that situation at the moment. That's why I have told you, get ready, that all religions will be swallowed by them. There will be not many religions anymore. You cannot be alone as well. That to suffer those false gods that will be coming, that is Gog's coming. It's Gog. Therefore, this Gog, those gods those gods that they worship, they have one boss. It's the boss of this beast, but the boss of this beast is Lune. So the beast is the son of Lune. But the beast that is coming, the president of Russia, he is the son of Lune. Is it clear, children? Is it really clear? Answer together if it's clear. And let me continue the words. And this boss is the boss of the devil. He orders all fake gods that people have worshipped since a long time. They have one boss. And he gave the authority to the beast because the beast is his son. Is the son of Lune and Xenor. The conception of Xenor, he was built in the sea, where Leviathan is. It's in the sea that they built him, where the Leviathan is. The Leviathan is in the sea. That's why it's really dangerous to sail on the sea, because it is mindless or there. It's not only in the sea, that in the space as well. It's really difficult at the moment. Is it clear about the beast and the woman? And all religions which are with him. For example, the religion in Russia is Orthodox. It's Catholic. The original of Catholic Roman is Orthodox. The first, it was Orthodox, that after it becomes Roman Catholic. And the religions which are with them is Muslims. They are together. They will be together. And what is next? Let's see about the prostitute woman. Who is the prostitute woman? Because she is a nation. She is riding the religion. Because those pictures with the beast, those are religions. And she is with the beast. But the beast has a religion. But at this end, who is the beast? Who is the woman? And it's really clear. The woman is one nation that rules over the kings of the earth. Until now, she rules over them. There is no Roman Catholic that rules over the world. Even he cannot rule over Muslims. How is it possible? That's why they say the Pope is the beast. No. A Roman Catholic cannot order Muslims, but the American can give order to Muslims. And where you are lost humans, that you said Pope is the beast, but that is not true. But the woman, prostitute woman, she is called the American. That is the great city that she rules over this world. Even she's writing on Russian. The American, they write on Russia. I'm talking about merchant, the commerce. That's why she governs and rules over merchant. He can manage everything, all about trade. That's why the American imposed section and he removed it after. Yeah, everyone is really afraid of American. He is powerful, but when Elia is here, you shut up your mouth that you cannot do anything anymore. Until now, he cannot do anything anymore. Even Iran, he cannot do anything with Iran, and how much more is with Russia. And that great city will be splitted. And that great city is Manhattan, Times Square. What I have told you. See what will happen into that city. The house is there have many cracks. It's not only there, that it's around the world. That is the destruction. And what we have read according to the Holy Scripture, according to that YAHVAH, those beasts will be together to make this woman fall down. Obviously, all nations will rise up. Arabs mainly. And those Europeans will be together as well. That's why we can see they have problems with Donald Trump, those German, Italian, they begin having a misunderstanding between them. But they will not be together anymore because of the words is being fulfilled. And they will be together, mainly those who will be led by Russia. Those Arabs, Persian, they are with Russia. All North nations, they will be with Russia. And the others with European, they will be together to fight against American. American must fall down. That's why I tell you, Russia, get out, rise up, don't pretend to be dumb. That is the words of Elia. You, Putin, you must be the pioneer of Gog. In case you'll be out of your position if you will not do your work. You must do your work. But if Putin doesn't want to do his work, he will be dead just like that. But the work is ongoing now, and the work must be done as that YAHVAH said, and this world must follow that, whoever, so that this world will know. The big boss, your creator, is the God of Abraham. So each of you, think about that. That is the words that I gave you today. I told you the goodness in that YAHVAH and YAHOSHUAH, how the words are being fulfilled, so American will be destroyed. There is no solution anymore. There is himself who rules over this world. Or don't you say that he doesn't rule over this world and this world doesn't accept him? Does this world accept him? So she is the woman, the prostitute woman. She commit adultery with all kings around the world. Who among the kings around the world who didn't trade with him? Those who know geopolitics, they know that those who don't accept him, he punishes them. And about trades, he punishes everyone. No one can go against him. That he really rules over the world, over all kings on this planet Earth. But at this moment, at this end, Russia will overtake him and he will fall down. It's time for that. To accomplish all words, everybody must do their work as it is already planned. That is that YAHVAH, the owner of everything, and everybody must follow his orders. Is it clear? Is it clear? Answer loudly. So you can think about that. The end of your story is here. That's what I mean. The words to be fulfilled are here. It's time to destroy our planet Earth. It's time to destroy all leaders, kings around the world. The time is here. There is nothing that can be stopped. And it's Elia who says and asks that YAHVAH, come on, send it, don't destroy, don't stop it anymore. Just repair my way. And you, the small lambs, will you hesitate? Will you hesitate? If you still hesitate, you will go to hell. So be careful, follow the words. That's what I have told you. Follow all the instructions of Elia. Follow all instructions. Don't hesitate anymore. Don't be fooled anymore. What I have taught you. Those who will save their soul to arrive in the heaven of heaven. Follow my words. But if you don't want to go there, don't follow. You will never remove my words. What I have told you. There is nothing you can remove from my words. It must be accomplished, or it is already planned. As the YAHVAH and YAHOSHUAH planned to show the authority and the power who is the God. But get ready, explosions will be exploded according to the song of Serena. Explosion will be exploded. You will see that. There are many explosions everywhere. There is nothing you can stop. Don't expect peace anymore. No. There is no peace. You Ukrainian, Eliav has told you, come on, be with Russia if you don't want to be destroyed. You must end with Russia. That YAHVAH doesn't care how strong-headed you were. There is no solution anymore. Go with Russia. Go to Russia. That is your last solution. If you don't be careful, if you're not, if you don't care about that, you must be with Russia. If it's okay or it's not okay with you, you must be with Russia. There is no solution. Elia has given you words. Be with Russia. Go follow Russia. You must be with them if you like or if you don't, but you will be destroyed. You'll be destroyed and you will be with them. You don't listen to the words of Elia. Like the others, they didn't listen to it. That's why I advise you. I'll strike you and you will listen to me. It's time you will be struck. The God of Abraham will strike you like the others will strike. It's not only Israelis that will strike, but all of you around the world will be struck. Leaders, kings, you will be struck. All burning fire will strike you. You will see the next. And I may say that you are always talking about dangers. Eli is sending the dangers. He is the center of the dangers. But you don't listen to it. It's like a crazy discussion, a full discussion. It's like that's what I think. And you cannot remove the words of Eli. None of you can do that, because that is the words of that YAHVAH and YAHOSHUAH, the God of Abraham, who created you, that you don't care. So that is it. I wish all of you to stand firm. Tomorrow you can ask your question. But about what I have been teaching you, and the teaching that I have been giving you. And I wish you to be blessed by YAHOSHUAH. For our next meeting tomorrow, you can go home. You do the offering and you go home.